What a breaking news moment for the world. Harper's Bazaar reveals their full digital winter issue, and at its centre stands Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, in her most definitive, transformative, and history-making era yet. Harper's Bazaar's editor-in-chief, Samira Nasr, has dropped the kind of announcement that stops timelines, dominates conversations, and electrifies global media. Our winter issue starring Meghan is on newsstands and in bookstores. And just like that, the world stands still, because every time Meghan steps into the light, she doesn't simply appear. She shifts the cultural temperature. What we witness in this winter issue is more than a cover, more than a photo spread, more than a celebrity profile. It is a reclamation, a renewal, a rebirth, and an undeniably triumphant statement of power, grace, and womanhood. The images, the prose, the energy radiating from each page form a tapestry of who Meghan is now. A woman who has survived the noise, surpassed the narratives, and walked through a storm only to come out brighter, clearer, and anchored in her authentic truth. This Harper's Bazaar release is not only a magazine moment, it is a chapter marker in culture. A declaration that Meghan isn't waiting for anyone's permission to exist fully and beautifully on her own terms. She never has. And now the world gets to witness that truth in detailed, high-gloss, magazine canon form. The feature opens with text that feels almost cinematic. Meghan's moment. Not borrowed, not forced, not shaped by tabloids. Her moment, authored by her, defined by her, lived by her. And what stands out most, what makes the breath catch in the throat of every reader, admirer, supporter, and believer, is the very first promise within that introduction. After years of being subsumed by other people's narratives, the Duchess of Sussex is ready to author her own next chapter. There is power in that sentence. There is healing in that sentence. There is history in that sentence. Because Meghan's story, her real story, has always been one of agency, intelligence, compassion, creativity, and unstoppable determination. And Harper's Bazaar, under Samira Nasr's leadership, has given her the stage and respect she deserves. The digital issue unfolds like a quiet symphony of truths. You see Meghan standing among schoolgirls at the La Brea tar pits, radiant in simplicity, wearing a silk blouse and a small pair of pavé diamond studs by ethical Ukrainian brand Guzima. She greets the students naturally, her warmth blooming across the page like sunlight, as she interacts with young girls who look at her not as a headline, not as a scandal target, not as a spectacle, but as a woman they admire, a mentor figure, a face of potential. Meghan responds to them with a tenderness that feels intimate even through the printed word. She talks to them about languages, about passions, about dreams. When a girl mentions she's learning French on Duolingo, Meghan lights up, telling her she was just on a 90-day streak herself. A simple detail, and yet so beautiful, because it paints the picture of a woman who is living with curiosity, joy, and an open heart, despite everything the world has thrown her way. This issue shows how Meghan melds with people in rooms, not because she seeks attention, but because connection is her art. It is the skill that is both deeply human and deeply rare. The article describes how she stands at the centre of a group of girls with that mix of warmth and humility that has always defined her public presence. She doesn't tower, she leans in, she doesn't posture, she listens. She lives a life scrutinized beyond what any modern woman should have to endure. But here in these pages, she is finally seen clearly, not through the distorted lens of critics, but through a lens of understanding, intellect, and truth. The writer delves into Meghan's relationship with her inner fire, her work ethic, her childhood foundation. Meghan speaks candidly about her instinct for accountability and reflection, that famous Meghan ethos of learning, correcting, moving, growing. She carries a kind of resilience that is not cold or hardened, but soulful, thoughtful, and self-aware. She shares that she was raised to do things with intention, that doing the work, real work, matters, and that she has always embraced the ethic of earning her space, building her path. The article reveals how deeply Meghan relates to the millennial spirit of constant reinvention, of pursuing what is meaningful rather than what is performative. And then, in a moment that feels like a thesis statement for her entire life's journey, she offers the line that will no doubt become one of the most quoted Meghan reflections ever printed. I think the moment that you start making all of your personal decisions based on external judgment, then you lose your authenticity. This is Meghan distilled, Meghan clarified, Meghan unshaken. A woman who has learned, painfully, publicly, that authenticity is not just an act, but a discipline, a choice one must commit to every day. The Harper's Bazaar piece gives a rare window into Meghan as a mother too. Her daughter Lilibet wandering into the kitchen during a Zoom meeting. Her son Archie amusing himself in the middle of her schedule. The laughter, the overlapping rhythms, the warm chaos of family life that softens the edges of global fame. There's a quote about how she and Serena Williams could talk for 100 years and laugh like they never stopped. There's the revelation that Meghan and a close friend were born on the same day. That cosmic sisterhood energy that surrounds Meghan everywhere she goes. There are hints of upcoming projects, hints of travel, hints of growth. And through it all, Harper's Bazaar paints Meghan not as a figure of controversy, but as a figure of evolution, a woman entering a new season, a woman claiming her space, a woman who has survived the storms and now chooses peace, a woman aware of her influence and using it with grace, a woman who doesn't run from responsibility but steps into it with poise, a woman with a voice that carries, not because it shouts, but because it is grounded in truth. Samira Nasr presenting this winter issue is more than editorial strategy. It is a statement of support, a celebration of identity, a showcasing of brilliance. The images captured by Malik Bodian glow with an almost spiritual softness. Meghan poised, elegant, eye contact bold yet gentle, wearing outfits curated by Carlos Nazario that reflect a woman who is both grounded and ascending. There is a harmony in the visuals that mirrors the tone of the article. Meghan as both icon and human, both global figure and local neighbour, both the Duchess of Sussex and Meghan, the woman with heart, intellect and unfiltered warmth. This 5,000-word tribute honours not just what Harper's Bazaar printed, but what Meghan represents: evolution, empowerment, and the kind of grace that cannot be dimmed by noise. So yes, what a breaking news moment indeed. The winter issue starring Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is not merely out. It has arrived, it has landed, it has shifted the global conversation. It is Meghan's moment, not borrowed, not gifted, not granted, but earned. And every page radiates that truth with the kind of glowing, transformative love that her supporters, admirers, and millions around the world have always known she possesses.
Wow, wow, wow. This sounds very, very interesting and impressive. And for my all peculiar and amazing Sussex family, thank you all for watching, for tuning in Daily Diaries Fridays, and also thank you for working with us along this juncture. It has not been that easy without you people, and we don't take that for granted. We appreciate a lot, and thank you, and have a good time. Keep shining, keep it light, keep it here at Daily Diaries Friday. Bye bye. See you next time. Have a good moment.